In here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have done something, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, 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 hey. Let me get this banner off of here. How do I do that? There we go. Hey, y'all. Hey. Black Link Magazine. Oh, wait. This is the Black Link Experience. So, y'all come on in and let's talk about it in the chat. Yeah. I'm gonna give people just a few minutes to come on, and then we're gonna talk about it. And even if let me make sure I am live. Hey y'all, hey. Let's check this away. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm at oh, okay. Yes.
Look how much came off.
Okay. Hey y'all, I'm not sure who's here. I know for a fact Harlem is here, and I think Beauty is going to be here. And if it's just us three, we're gonna go live. Hey Harlem. Hey, 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 hey. I'm always late or don't show up. So I'm sorry about that. I'm busy. I'm a busy girl. Busy girl. But I'm excited, to be here live on YouTube again. And I want to, we're going to discuss Wendy Williams, and we're going to discuss Diddy's the documentary, um, Diddy, the making of of a bad boy or whatever. And so I'm ready to talk about it because I do have my opinions. I have questions, like I don't know. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Did you get a hold of Beauty? I was trying to see. Y'all give me just a little few more minutes. Let me make sure. Okay. I know it's late, especially y'all over there on the East Coast. I'm sorry. And by the way, I love the East Coast. I love coming over there. Um, but not in the cold weather. I hate cold. Is it snowing there? Where am I? Okay. Mhm. Okay.
Let's get into this PCO. This looks so good.
Okay. So anyway, I want to go ahead and start the conversation. It's snow tomorrow. Ugh. Well, it's about it's like 25 degrees here, and the wind chill is like 17, gonna get down to 2 degrees. And like I was born and raised where it's cold, and I still have never gotten used to it. I'm a winter, I'm a spring fall person. Like I love the weather to be just right so I can go to the beach, you know what I'm saying, and hang out and just be free and not have a coat and be all boggled down. I can't stand to be cold. But anyway, you guys, thank y'all for thank you Harlem for always coming through and for sending me stuff and keeping me abreast, because I am busy with the magazine, 2 magazines, and work and this and that. So I appreciate it. So everybody that come in, if you will, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and follow us, and let's talk about it in the chat. Like, we are here for it. Some of y'all know me as Phases, and some of y'all know me as Marva B. Black, the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and now Yo Ya Magazine, which is a children's magazine. So we out here trying to just stay in our lane and do us. Um, Good for you. Good for you. I do sometimes, but a lot of times I don't. That's good though. That's good for you that you get to stay home where it's warm. Anyway, let's get into the Wendy Williams thing, you guys. First of all, hashtag free Wendy Williams. So if we can put that in the chat, anybody that come in, that's here, whatever, if you will, put hashtag a free Wendy Williams if you believe that she is being held against her will, and should not be. So let's talk about it. So here's my thing. Um, I so we saw that, that what's her name, Britney Spears had gone through this, but like her father had placed her in that situation where he was in control of everything. And I like, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I'm gathering, what I'm hearing is that she, like, her, it wasn't her family that put her in this situation. It was the bank that made a call and said she was being reckless with her money, and somehow ended her or landed her in this conservatorship. And once she was in this conservatorship, like, first of all, it was to, because of maybe her, because of the way she was spending money and because of her health, right? And she was supposed to be getting help for her health. Um, yeah, that's a long 12 years is a long time. And so, but I was always confused because I thought in order for that to happen, that it would have to be like a family member that did that. And since her and Kevin was divorced, then I figured, the next person would be her son. And so I've always been confused, or I've always questioned, why can't she and her son just be together and have someone to come in and look over her, oversee her illness, help take care of her health, and then get somebody trusted that could be over her money, and not just throw her in this place where people are calling it a luxury prison, which that's really what it is. So if you heard, I'm sure that you now heard the interview with the Breakfast Club, and then now she's kind of going on this tour, being interviewed by several big platforms. I heard Tasha K say that they did reach out to her, but she didn't. Hey, Beauty, that they reached out to Tasha K, but she didn't bite. Right? She didn't do it. She didn't take the call or whatever. But I was just, when I was listening to that whole call with Wendy Williams. Here's just my opinion. I don't think that she's incapacitated. I don't think that she doesn't know where she is, can't take care of things, or can't understand things, right? Do I think that she could come out of where she is and do radio every day? I don't think so. I don't think she could do that today, right? Do I think that she's most happy with her family and that she would thrive more with her family? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I don't feel like she needs to come out and work back in this nasty business or whatever. Not right now. I think that she should, that if she could be released to her family, that she just concentrate on, or they help her concentrate on her health and being really healthy. And when you saw her at her son's graduation, she was just full of smiles, right? Wendy has stated that she's in a place where they are 80 and 90-year-old people. Okay, she's 60 years old and she's full of life, and she doesn't even go out her room to go eat with these people, because by right, like, what kind of conversation you gonna have with them? 80 or 90-year-old people, right? And so, okay, Beauty. And so for me, anytime, like, all she does is sit in that room, and there's this window that she looks out of, watch TV, took her devices, took her phone. She's a grown woman. Like, why is this woman, whoever this woman is, right? Why is she treating her like a kid? And for me, it's about money. And any time that, like, if you could imagine sitting in a room day in, day out, you can make phone calls, but people can't call you, people can't come and visit you, and you're just stuck in this room. And when you go out the room, you're going to see these older people that probably should be there, that do have health issues, mental health issues, right? Wendy is far removed from that. Like, that is not who she was, according to what I heard on the phone call, on the interview with the Breakfast Club. Okay. And so and what's really sad is that her dad, okay, already her mom's already passed, right? She doesn't even know if she's gonna get to go see her daddy for his birthday. And he's like 94. And she broke down and cried. I'm a sensitive person. And I cried with her for the simple fact that, Like she said, all I want to do is go to Sephora and I pick and choose what I want to get for him, a fragrance for him, and go see him. And I don't even know if I'm going to get to do that. And she didn't, she was, the truth was told, like, you never know day to day, like at what point people are will no longer be with us, right? And that's a concern for her. And so it's just really sad that she's in the situation that she's in. And um I, I hate it for her. In addition to that, I was listening to some other YouTubers, podcasters, whatever, and they were saying, this particular one was saying that they weren't for sure if Wendy's life would be jeopardized with her speaking, right? And I never thought about that. Like, is this person, this guardian person, going to um get so upset that she's now out there? Because she didn't just go to the Breakfast Club. She has been making her rounds, right? And is this person going to just shut her down? And so their message to the family was that somebody should be calling, for somebody from her family should be calling Wendy every single day, or asking, let me talk to Wendy. I need to talk to Wendy every single day. Don't let a day go by. Don't let a week go by, to make sure that she's safe. Because if they are doing this to her, what else are they doing? Another point that I wanted to make that Wendy made was that she has thyroid issues, and she has a doctor that takes care of her thyroid, right? This woman tells her, you're not going to see the doctor. Your medicine is working just fine. How you know her medicine is working just fine? Like, how do you know how she feels? How do you know how her thyroid is? Like, I just don't understand that. And I didn't think that a bank and the network and whoever else was in cahoots to make this happen to her. I thought it had to be a family member. And now at this point, her family's hands are tied. It's sad. This is sad. Maybe go with family, get her health together, and a podcast for her today. Yeah. So right. Go let her come. So we're talking about her working, right? Maybe, well, first of all, the first things is first. Let's get her to her family. Let's get her to her son, her niece, the people that love her, where she's most happy, where she thrives, where her health continues to get better. And people are really able to see, her family is really able to see that someone is really has Wendy's best interest at heart and not all about money, right? That's first. Second of all, let's try, once we get her there and get her situated, right? And she's in a groove where things are coming together for her now. Like she's being able to get out and about, and she's able to listen to the radio, and she's able to, do normal things that normal people do that are not incapacitated, right? And maybe create a podcast, because people are going to listen to Wendy. They're going to listen to Wendy Williams. Shout out to Storm Monroe. I think that's him. He said, gosh, I just lost my train of thought. What did he say? He said something today. Well, anyway, I was listening to him, and he was saying that too. He was saying that maybe, like, she ain't ready to go work radio, but maybe a podcast once a month, maybe once every week. I don't know, whatever she can handle. Because if you listen to the call, she's not totally 100% well, but she's not. She's far away from being, in my opinion, incapacitated. So yeah, I agree that maybe a podcast would work for her, just right in the comfort of her own home. And again, people will listen to Wendy and what she has to say. And she did mention Diddy, right? Diddy done or something she said, I can't remember. But and that just made you think, like, there's Wendy Williams, right? And if she was able to talk about Diddy, I just wonder what all she would have to say, because she knows a lot. There was a lot that Wendy knows that she could say. and it's valid. You know, we would know that it's valid. Oh, also on Storm talked about, he said it was an exclusive. Shout out to him on his channel. He said that when she was on the Wendy Williams show, she was doing the show, and you guys know every time she came out, she would come out, greet her fans, and she would get in her chair and she would get her tea and she would make her tea, right? But they said that her tea was being spiked, allegedly, that every day that they filmed, there was drugs placed in her tea, and could have been part of the reason why she fell out the time that she remembers she just came out and she just fell. That could be part of it. But Kevin, if what we hear about Kevin, because he had total control of everything. And then we all know that, like, that's not a secret. He was handling everything, the money, he was handling her engagements, things that, you know, line up for the shows and stuff, and even caused her to miss a couple of good opportunities for whatever reason, wherever he was acting like the way he was acting. But we know that he had a lot of control over it. So it's a possibility that Kevin was in cahoots with, you know, the bank and the network and whoever to place her in this guardianship. Her kid's dad, her son's dad, like if he was, like, that's horrible. Which I know that he's a very good person in the first place. Yep. You're right. So like it's just, it's a lot. It's really sad. And so anytime I post, I'm gonna be posting, because they said they had the hashtag free Wendy Williams, I believe it is. And like, I think she's safest with her family, and I think she's most happy with her family. And with the way that she talks about her son, if she could just be with her son, you know, that would make her, I think it makes her health better, because when under the stress that she's under right now, the anxiety, the depression that she's under right now can have an effect on her health. And I thought the main reason for this was to place her somewhere to get help so that her health could be better. But the stress and the anxiety and depression just only makes things worse. And so anyway, you know, we just will continue to pray for Wendy Williams, and hope that there's a way that something happens that releases this guardianship over all of her money. She was like, I have $15 or $11 in my pocket. You know, that's not her. We know that Wendy Williams is a very high maintenance, and like, this is so devastating for her. Oh my gosh. You guys, just a second. Okay, y'all, sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, yeah, the documentary. Let's talk about that really quick. So I'm hearing that possibly in some way the documentary could be like work for her good in this legal thing, but I'm not sure that it could possibly help her. It didn't look good on her. It didn't look good for her image or whatever. But in the end, in this legal battle, it could possibly be something that she could use to fight against this guardian. Beauty says, I never really was a fan of Wendy. I only watched when there were certain people on her show and I wanted to see, but I do feel bad for her. Yeah. So I'm a fan and have been for a long time. Um, but and I have been for a long time, and so I've followed her for a long time. So yeah, it's sad. It's just sad that is happening to her, and that there's nothing the family so far is able to do. Like okay, when you're married, your husband and you become incapacitated, then your husband should be is in control. But she's not married, and she only has one son, one child on this earth. Like, why does he not have say over what he wants for his mother? If she's in that condition, why can somebody help me understand this conservatorship, please, better? You know who I like? Girl, is that legal? I love her show. And I'm gonna go back and listen to what she had to say about it. I didn't get a chance, but she talked about it. But I need somebody to help me understand this conservatorship and why and how, like, people get caught up in that, especially if it's not your family that puts you under that, right? So let's move on to the documentary. I finally, Beauty, I watched it finally. Harlem, I watched it finally. And I kind of watched it like a couple of times. All right, so let's just dive in. Hold on, they're texting me back. Um yeah, that's my boss. Okay. So you don't like her voice? Tell me when my voice get on your nerves, Beauty. Okay. So listen. All right. The Diddy documentary. So I never thought that, first of all, I never thought that Janice was not his mom. So people were saying that's not his mom, that's his aunt, whatever. I never thought that. I know that's his mom, right? So when I saw the documentary, it was interesting. It was interesting. I'll say that. And I loved the fact of hearing from people that knew him outside of the fame, like that grew up with him and knew him from that point, from the beginning of his life, like, before all this money happened, before the changes happened. Um, and what was revealed is that, okay, Beauty, please don't go. We've been doing this a long time, Beauty, don't go. So anyway, yeah, about his mama. So yeah, and so I didn't never think that. I did or any doubt about his dad and whatever. Like, nothing made me think nothing like that, okay? But I like the fact that his friend Tim Patterson, and since day one, see his friend Tim Patterson, and the producer guy, y'all, what's his name? I meant to remember his name, that said he was his producer, because he was saying that he just couldn't believe this happened, and that, and the producer finally asked him, like, let's just say, if this had not Albie is there, Albie Shore has one? Y'all, come on, keep me abreast. So listen, what's his friend's name? Tim Patterson was the one that was kind of living out in the woods, off the charts, right? Like ducked off, right? I liked him, and I liked his what he had to say, because he actually lived in the home with Diddy and his mom once that his dad had died. They had just got that home, his brand new home, and they got to live with him. So he got to live with Diddy and become like his brother, right? And the thing we know about Diddy is that he's always been used to having. Okay. Okay. He's used to having oh, you want to come on? How can I get you on, Beauty? Let me see. Do you want to come up so we can talk about it? Do you, Harlem? If not, that's fine. We could continue, but okay. But what we know is that he's used to fine things. He was used to dressing nice, having nice things, went to private school. My mother, y'all, my mother. Can y'all hold for just 1 second? I need to see what my mother wants. Sorry, y'all. I had to talk to my mama. I had to, she's first. So, and she didn't want none but to talk. So I had to call her back. But anyway, used to find things, go, in private schools or whatever, and gets bullied. Like, I'm shocked. That's the first shocker for me, because he out here bullying people because of because of his status, because of his money, right? At what point did he was getting beat up, his bike being taken, and getting bullied, and wasn't really, according to them, his friends and Gene, like he wasn't a fighter. And so then that was the first shocker for me. And then you know, do so Tim confirmed that his mom I wish somebody could twist my natural hair. I want to wear my natural hair so bad. I'm sorry to get off, but I saw that so bad, but I don't know how to take care of it, so I don't. But anyway, that his mom, so they confirmed that his mom they would party every weekend. But I'm not too sure that the parties were what Diddy's parties were. Like Diddy's parties turned into, drugs, substances, adult behaviors, and ultimately abuse. And so they're saying that, a lot of times people act in a way according to what they saw and in their lives and how they grew up, right? And I don't doubt that, so some of those traits are in him. But what I'm saying is that when you are an adult and you know better, then why do you have to get to a status of money to start abusing people and violating people? And that just seems to be the norm in the industry. We know that, but they just confirmed that that is the life he lived. Like his friend said, he's the first one that saw him with a Gucci watch. And then when you saw him as a young kid dressed like an adult, like he was, it was cute. I have to say, it was cute. But right. Yeah. So I don't know. But then the makeup artist that was with Cassie, she talked about when he busted up in the hotel room because Cassie had went to a party and she had to get her away, and she didn't say nothing all these years because Cassie wanted to keep it under wraps. Now, what they're trying to say Diddy's team today allegedly is that Cassie was a willing participant. But if you look at how he has control over people, like maybe she was willing to have fun in the beginning and then he took it overboard and started violating her. I don't know. I don't know because um at some point like it wasn't fun for her anymore. At some point she wanted out. And I believe it was at the point where he started physically violating her in every way, right? And forcing her to do things against her will with other guys. With Albie Shore, now I wanted more from Albie Shore, right? You knew you was coming, and no disrespect to Albie Shore at all, but you knew you was coming on this documentary. But he's saying that he started to tell us something really good, and he had to stop because of legal and said he would talk about it later. But I just wanted a little bit more information from him, and a lot of stuff. He was to me, this is just my opinion, like he would give us a little bit, but he wasn't giving us everything. I wasn't even aware that he funded Uptown. He was a part of funding Uptown to make Uptown what it was. Had no clue about that. The producer and his childhood friend said they never saw anything though. But here's my thing: how did you never see nothing? Which the producer guy, and I cannot remember his name, he's the one that is kind of like rooting for, like in a way, he's still standing with Diddy. But he's saying that if this proves to be true, he don't know what he would say to him. He don't know what he would say. So he, because he didn't see anything, um it's just hard for him to believe. But when you see this video of him and Cassie, like what do you say about that? Did we ever get an answer from him about that, like what he thought about that? What one of his friends was like, what was happening, what was going through his head? Why was Diddy so mad? What was he so angry for? Was he angry because of, because the drugs made him angry? Or I said the word again. Was he mad because of that? Or what was he angry about? And that was another one, Harlem. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How in the world you come in the studio and Albie Shore and Kim are there, they're together, and you say, I want a pretty woman like that, but you already got me, so you know what I'm saying? And you say that and you ended up with her. Like you ended up with him. And Albie Shore said they stayed friends, and she started talking about he's changing, how he's changing. But how is it that you did him like that? Like you snuck him and you got Kim. Like you came in between him. And Albie Shore made it clear he did not adopt Quincy. Is his son? Is Quincy his son? He did not adopt him, and his last name is still Brown. That's his son. So Diddy didn't adopt him, and he made that clear. Um, I I have to put my glasses on. I cannot see that. I need to clean them. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta see real quick. I said some I said the same thing. Why not wait until you're done dealing with things legally before making the documentary? And I thought he was gonna talk about from the time he and Kim. Yeah, that's why I was excited about Albie Shore being on there. Like you heard Jag talk about Albie Shore a lot, right? And Kim and Diddy or whatever. But I wanted to hear from the horse's mouth. I wanted to make sure. No, I thought for sure that when he spoke, like when this documentary came out, that it was going to, like, when I see it, when you talk documentary to me, like we're telling the story, right? The people that grew up his friends before, they was telling the story. They say they didn't see things, and like the producer guy said that he would, when he went to the parties, all he saw was weed smoking, maybe a little weed smoking. Okay, maybe it was on the other side of the house, I don't know. But back to Albie Shore, I wanted more from him because it was kind of a teaser for me. You just teased us into watching and didn't give us nothing because I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about this. I can't tell you this. And then the other thing is there was so much rhetoric about Courtney Burgess and this journal or this whatever he has of Kim's, right? That Kim started writing. People don't believe that he had that it was real. And even her kids came out and was like, if you believe it or whatever, there's no, but yet I'll Be Sure said there was actually journaling that she had and somebody got a hold of it. Like that confirmed things too, that she started writing about her life with Diddy and the things that were going on. So he at least he confirmed that, right? He can have guardianship without legally changing the last name. Kim had spoken on Diddy adopting Quincy. Yeah, so do you think that Beauty that he adopted him? Or is it just the guardianship? Because yeah, you can have guardianship and not have adopted him. And he didn't say that he didn't have guardianship, right? He did say that he did not adopt him. Puff spanked his girlfriend with a belt on the campus, and there were other. Yep. So it started. So Puff, he started making money like in his 20s, like not a little bit of money. Like his friend said, he saw this first $60 million check, right? And he said there were other multiple checks, and it just started building, right? So he was never like, in what I'm hearing, he was never like he is today or leading up to what he is today prior to the money, right? So the money and the power changed him into like this monster, it seems like. But you know what? They were saying his mom was grooming him early with these parties. But what I think Diddy was groomed when he started making the money from people above him, right? That they started grooming him. And so what he saw and what he went through with them, he's putting other people through that. Like he was groomed to be who he turned out to be through this industry, is what I think. I also like, I ain't mad at Gene when he said that, like, so he was right. He's the bodyguard for Diddy, but I can see where you're bodyguarding me, but you know, gonna take care of my mama too. But Gene was like, yeah, but I ain't here to run to your car and get the food out your car. I ain't here to do that. I'm not paid. I'm not doing that. I'm here to guard your son. I'm here to bodyguard your son. Well, everybody else do what I say do. And Gene was like, well, not me. Not me. And so he didn't play that. And that's kind of like, he said that's kind of like at the end of his rope. But his mom had gotten into the groove that whatever she say goes. I'm Diddy's mama, right? And there is a level of respect for people's mothers. I get that. But Gene was like, no, I'm out. The producer went with him to Howard. Yes, because that's when Diddy was trying to get in the industry, right? And the producer guy knew a lot and had a lot of connections. But the producer guy is saying that I've never seen this from him. I don't know like what you guys are talking about because I didn't see those things. But you were with him for years. Like there's like, to some extent, you're not going to see some things. He's not going to let you see everything, but you saw nothing. Like nothing was different. Right. The industry, because how he just starting out with a check for, right. That's right. That's why I said it was this industry that really groomed him and molded him into being who he is today. And all of these years that he wasn't caught, that he was doing things that were horrible, you know, allegedly, and according to court records and documents and all this. Another thing is if Diddy is this monster and he did all these things, I'm tired of civil suits. Where's the criminal stuff? Let's get to the criminal stuff, because if he did this, he needs to be criminally charged. And I understand there is a statute of limitation on that, and that's probably why. But I just wish that if this happened, oh, what does she want? Okay. All right, y'all. Sorry. I hate what happened to her, but she has to take responsibility for her actions as well. Okay. All right. So this is a good conversation, Beauty, because a lot of people say that. They was like, okay, Cassie, you because you were there not to be with Diddy, you were there because of your career, right? And before you knew it, like her makeup artist said, was like, y'all been together for 6 months and I didn't even know, but they had started seeing them together a lot on the red carpets and out together. There are people that were around them that said that Cassie loved to allegedly do drugs. She loved to party. She loved the freak offs. And at some point or earlier on, like she consented to doing some of those things. But when you look, okay. My thing with Cassie's situation was that she saw Diddy was in a position to get her on quicker than Ryan Leslie, and she made a move. She also was dating the trainer while still with Diddy. I hate what happened to her, but she has to take responsibility. Right. Yeah, and I get that. And so everybody has to be accountable for their actions, right? But Beauty, do you think that after so long of doing this, and now this man is forcing me to do these things, because I heard, and I might not be right, that she didn't want to do, she no longer wanted to do it, but now being forced to do the things that she was doing. And so just because she consented in the beginning and she made the moves in the beginning, like not expecting to be treated the way she was treated, right? That when she wanted to quit, she should have been able to just quit without any consequences. And allegedly, and according to the talk and the word on the curb, is that now she can't get out of it. Like, you're going to do it or else, right? So she even had her friend that said that she got a call to come to FO, and she really didn't want to go. And her friend was saying, you shouldn't go then if you don't want to go, but I gotta go, because I don't want him to flip out. So at some point, then it becomes not consensual, because I really don't want to do this. But if I don't, I'm gonna get my butt whooped, right? I'm gonna get scolded for it, in lack of better words. So I don't know. I just feel like I just think at the end of the day, the documentary, on a scale from 1 to 10, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 6. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I wanted more. It was hyped up. And I needed more. And I needed more from the people that were hands-on. I needed more from Albie Shore specifically. But same thing I hear some females talk about. They be into a threesome with their man, and after a while, they no longer want to do it. That's true. So what are you seeing about a Beauty? Do you say now that you've done it and you've agreed to do it, ain't no backing out? Or do you say they have the liberty to not do it if they don't want to do it. Because that's where I think Cassie was. I think there's another one next week on the what channel? Oh, okay. Next week. Okay. But again, so what do you think about that? Can I come in and I say, ooh, he can get me on quicker. Like I know this person's working with me or whatever, but this man is the boss. He's the one that say, yeah, we want him or no, we don't. So I'm gonna make my move. So I get in, make my move. Now he's turning me on to these drugs. He's turning me on to these FOs. He's turning me on to all this stuff. And this is fun. Like I'm kind of digging this. I'm liking it. We ain't thought about my music no more. I put this one song up. It made number 3 on the charts, and now no more music. Now all it is about FOs, 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 and drugs and this and that. So I don't want no more part of it. And now, not only that, he started to put his hands on me and drag me and kick me and do all these things. I want out. Do I have the right to get out? Okay, Harlem, thank you. That's my thing. Don't I have the right to say, no more? I'm not doing this no more. And it shouldn't be any consequences of me getting stomped and dragged and beat. That's all I'm saying. She can be accountable to say, yeah, in the beginning, I did consent to it. But when I tried to get out, this is the consequence. This is what happened. I couldn't get out. Or I was scared to go, or I was shut down. I was silenced. That's what happens to victims. What y'all think? What y'all think? Back to my rating. So I say a 6 because I wanted more. And I just thought it could have been a little bit more, a little bit more detailed. And then there was one part that said, but when you see the dang it, what is going on? Let me see. Hold on, you guys. I gotta go. I mean, not go, but hold on. Ooh, you guys, my bad. I'm sorry. I had emergency on my phone. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I didn't mean to do that. He doesn't manage his artists. Okay, let me go back to these notes. Um, okay. Phases, did you see the documentary? Oh, Phases, in the documentary, did you see his face when it was an interview with him, Don and Kalina? I don't condone him putting his hands on her nor forcing her to do things she doesn't want to do, but there are consequences to all our actions. I think she used Diddy to get what she wanted. Yeah. I agree with you, Beauty, to an extent on that. Where well, I agree to that. I agree with you on that. And people just have to be careful about what they ask for, right? And what they're getting themselves into, and then oh my god, y'all! I might have to go see if you can send a link, phases, so I can explain myself better. Okay, now let me get you on here. Let me try to get you on here. How I gotta figure. I gotta remember how to do this. Um, copy. I think this is it. Uh, is that it? Did I do it? Okay, let me know. Okay, let me go back and catch up on you guys. I'm sorry the interruption, but we kind of had an emergency. Um, Beauty, but what did she get? She was with him 10 years, only one album, right? That's right. Nothing that she thought she could get. He doesn't manage his artists well. You can't manage your artists when you're trying to put them in FOs and have them do things against what they want to have them to do things to make them think that they're going to get what they're doing that thing for, and then only to find that they're not going to get what they who I think I did it. I think I did it. I think I did it.
Hello?
I got you.
I, I don't want to be sitting here. Turn me off.
You don't want to be seen?
Uh-uh.
Turn your camera off. There you go.
Okay. There I
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
I'm new at this, but
Okay,
I'm
beauty.
speaking.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Beauty? Thank you for coming up. So listen, Beauty. I don't disagree with you saying that she was trying to get what she wanted to get in the business, but help me understand help us understand what you're saying.
Okay, so speaking from experience. So I was married in my first marriage. I divorced after 10 years, was with him 15.
Hmm.
And I was dating this other guy, and he passed away. So I met this guy from out of state. Didn't know anything about him. I was
Hmm.
talking to him over the phone, right, for months, and I ended up moving to Delaware. And so I got me a job right away. As soon as I got there, I'd say within 5, 6 months, his whole attitude and demeanor started changing. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't want me to get to meet nobody. He always wanted me to go to work and come home. And he didn't like me doing my hair every week or having new clothes every day to go to work or wherever, And so his whole attitude started changing. And after a while, I started, just piecing out different things that I would see a change in him. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
find out he hadn't ended the relationship he was in prior to me moving all the way to a different state. And
Oh.
so later on, when I caught wind of it, he started wanting to put his hands on me. So for me, being a woman, a female, not wanting a man to, hit me or whatever, I decided to find me a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to go move back home. I found me a shelter, stayed in that shelter until I was able to get my own place. I continued to work and pay my bills. If you are tired of your situations, you got to change your circumstances.
So let me ask you this. So, looking at it from a Diddy situation where he has a lot of power, right, and money and people around him, it wasn't that easy for her to leave, right? So, how did you leave your situation? Was it behind his back? Like, how did you get away? Um, I got to take this call. Go ahead and talk, okay?
Hmm.
How did you leave?
Hold on 1 minute. What you say, baby? Yes, I did. Hold on. Say what? Hello?
Okay, you here? Oh, she got off. Hey, close it. I'm sorry, beauty. Okay, got you. Gotcha. We'll pick this conversation up another time because I think a good this is a good topic to talk about. And so next time, whenever you get some time, we can come back on and finish talking about that because my thing is um I'm sorry, I don't mean to be busy when I'm online, but I am on call for work, so that's why I'm got to take those calls. But anyway, because I think when you look at it from a perspective where you're talking about a CEO, you're talking about a man at the top, billionaire, right? That you're trying to get away from uh, versus a normal everyday person. Not saying one situation is better than the other. It's just that money talks, and he can get people to do things um, for the money. So yeah, let's talk about that some more. Um, right. I mean, and I can understand why they wouldn't want you to disclose so that nobody can come and find you. I'm just, thank you, Beauty, for even sharing that. That's, and being vulnerable and doing that, and sharing that you've been through this. And I'm just glad that you're in a good space now. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. So anyway, you guys, let's pick up this conversation again tomorrow. I'm gonna come live tomorrow. We can continue this beauty. Maybe you can come back on up here. I love it when I have guests to talk to me. So I love that. And we're gonna get Harlem up here too one day. Let me see. Do I have anything else? I do, Harlem. I think in Cassie, she tried to get away several times. It's just the money thing. It's the power, and plus, it's then now at this point a mind game, right? So like all this stuff, like if I leave, what's gonna happen? Is somebody gonna get me? Am I gonna be able to make it? Like all this stuff is just we don't know until we walk in those shoes. And I think that beauty has a really good example for us to go by when it comes to victims and what goes through their mind and how they can get away or not. So let's talk about this some more tomorrow. There's other topics I want to talk about tomorrow as well. I'm just working on it. I want to follow Rihanna's ASAP's. He's gonna be going on trial, I believe. So I'm gonna be watching that. What y'all think about Drake? Like, is it over for Drake? Like, is this just the end for Drake or not? And I'm gonna just be honest. I like Drake. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I like him. I like some of his music. Like, but when he got into it with Kendrick Lamar, they're saying like it's a wrap for him in this business. I don't know. Maybe he should just stick to Canada and the people that love him in Canada, where he can continue to be Drake. I don't know, but we'll see about that. What else? There was other things. Let's talk about that. Did you guys see where Trey Songz, the judge dismissed his $11 million lawsuit? Trey Songz was begging the judge, please, this will ruin my career. Please, please, please. And he got what he wanted. So Trey Songz, that case was dismissed on him. I haven't heard anything else about Chris Brown and Lil Wayne's PPP stuff, that loan stuff that they were supposedly in trouble for. But let's talk about, girl, I like Drake. I'm different, I guess. A lot of people are not a fan of Drake. I did not realize that. Even to the point where people were saying he's trying to be black. He ain't black. But I don't know. I like Drake. I like his music. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, we're going to come back tomorrow night and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to be on time. Harlem, I am going to be on time and I'm not going to be busy. I'm going to try not to be busy. I think that's it for tonight. We can I see. I see, beauty. How about we talk about who you are a fan of? Who do you like? Okay, so Monday, okay, that'll work. So tomorrow, Harlem, we're gonna come back. I'll let y'all know what time. Hopefully we can get people to come on. I don't know. I know me and Eric are gonna start doing Fridays, and I'm gonna be on his channel. He's gonna come on my channel. We're gonna go back and forth on that, and then I am going to interview him and get his story out. If you guys have any tea that I don't have my hands on, or any documents that I need to be looking at, send them my way. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell so you'll know when we're coming on live, because we're going to be doing a lot more of that, as I always say. But I miss going live. It's better going live so you can interact in real time. Oh, that's who you like on down. That's funny. I'm off Monday to Harlem, so we can have fun tomorrow too. So I'm gonna breathe. We'll talk about a few things tomorrow. We could continue this conversation as well because I really want to hear more from you, Beauty. And I think it would help other people see the other side because really, if you haven't been through it, you're just saying what you think, what your speculations are. But just for me, I just think that money talks. And that's just what's been real life, money talks. And he had a lot of money, had whatever, and he had a lot of people put a lot of power in his hands. And he did what he did, or did what he didn't do, whatever. So anyway, y'all, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for everybody that stopped by. If you're watching the replay, thank you for that. Leave your comments. It's important. You can freely support the channel by hitting the like button and just leaving a comment, dropping a comment. We are trying to get to 10K. We could have been there if I wouldn't have fell off the Richter some years ago and just started coming back. But we're going to get there. So if you can help us get to 10,000, hit that like. Let's interact with each other. I think going live more is better. And my shorts have been doing really good. So we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Again, you guys have a good night. And I shall see y'all again right here tomorrow night. And I will let everybody know what time we'll do it. It'll be late, probably 8-ish, 9-ish o'clock Eastern time. But we'll let you know. Again, thank y'all for being here. Other than that, y'all, I'm here for it. Good night. Let's come back and let's talk about it. Okay. Okay, Beauty. Yeah, if you can get by yourself or whatever, and we can do that. Let's pick up from there. All right, y'all. I'm gone. See y'all later.